Prisoners of war are rarely content to remain that way, and as a result, it should come as no surprise that there were many breakout attempts from prison camps over the course of World War II. Today, we'll be discussing one of the most notorious, which took place in Australia, the Cowra Breakout, the largest such breakout in the entire war. The Cowra facility, officially known as the No. 12 Prisoner of War Compound, housed thousands of captured personnel and civilians that served the Axis powers, among others. By late 1944, there were over 2,000 Japanese interned in the camp, mostly military personnel who had been captured by the Allies in the Pacific Theatre. Most of the prisoners were Japanese or Italian, but the two groups of prisoners were treated very differently. While the Japanese felt shame for being captured and were untrusting of the guards, the Italians, in many cases, were just happy to be away from the war, and were even allowed outside of the camp for work. The Japanese prisoners, however, were kept under closer watch. All the prisoners at Cowra were treated in accordance with the Geneva Conventions, but there was still a level of unrest due to the cultural differences between the guards and the Japanese prisoners. Security was tightened at the compound following Japanese prisoner riots in other prisoner of war camps, and machine guns were installed among the defences, as the soldiers who staffed the compound were generally unfit for frontline combat, and could use the boost in the event of a riot. This turned out to be a foresightful move, as a riot did indeed occur. At 2 in the morning, on the 5th of August, mobs of prisoners began suicide charges against the perimeter defences on 3 fronts. Though the garrison was able to get to the machine guns before the Japanese could, they were ultimately overwhelmed by sheer numbers, though they fortunately disabled the guns before the prisoners could get at them. Nearly 400 Japanese prisoners of war escaped the compound that night, and many others died either in the attempt or of suicide shortly afterwards. Needless to say, a manhunt began almost immediately. Fortunately, the prisoners had decided not to attack Australian civilians, and as a result, no civilian casualties occurred. 4 Australians died, along with over 200 escaped Japanese prisoners, and a further 108 were also wounded. All the other escapees were recaptured within 10 days of the breakout. 2 of the defenders who were killed in the breakout were posthumously awarded the George Cross, as they prevented the prisoners from using the machine guns and saved lives as a result. The Cowra facility remained open for 3 years after the breakout, after which all the prisoners had returned to their home countries. A Japanese war cemetery has since been built near the site, as well as a commemorative garden. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, and if you do feel generous, make sure you check out our Patreon.